From the banks of the mighty Mississippi, it's the Renegades TNT Monster Truck Challenge 1990. All the stars of monster truck racing are here, including defending national champion Equalizer, the 1988 champion USA 1, and the all-new Bigfoot. All the high horsepower action and excitement is coming up next on Trucks and Tractor Power. We're in the Midsouth Coliseum here in Memphis, Tennessee for Trucks and Tractor Power on the National Network. Hi, I'm Gary Lee, and tonight we are getting ready for monster truck competition indoors. And Rich Hooser indoors provides a very special challenge to these guys.
Indeed it does, Gary. Now, you're not going to see a lot of speed like you normally do on an outdoor track. Now, this is a shorter track, but the starting line is very critical here tonight.
And the starting line is also very unique. We have a 5-foot mound of dirt these drivers must negotiate before they ever reach the line of cars.
Of course, the line of cars of 8 vehicles, and the last one being the finish line, and so it's going to seem the first one over that mound of dirt could win the race.
And our third member of the broadcast crew will be Army Armstrong. He'll be along to talk with all the drivers this evening. So we're going to take a short break and come back to Memphis for monster truck competition. Welcome back to the Mid-South Coliseum here in Memphis. This was the scene only a few minutes ago during driver introductions. This is the very popular Dennis Anderson and the 1950 Chevy panel truck, the Gravedigger. This will be the only time we'll see Dennis this evening because of mechanical malfunctions. Rich, what's the problem?
Well, Gary, qualifying round is over. Bigfoot has the fastest time so far, but there's one guy that is not going to be able to come back, which is one person that would have gave him a run for his money. Dennis Anderson with the Gravedigger. What happened down here, bud?
Well, when I backed up after we came in from introduction here, I backed in my little pit area, turned the wheels, and my steering just quit. And come to find out, we wrung this shaft off going into this little vane pump here. And evidently the pump lodged inside of the housing, and it just wrung that little shaft, and that's all it took to stop me. You know, something like that just really ticks you off after you drive 800 miles, and some little piece like this stops you.
A very disappointed Dennis Anderson will be a spectator here this evening. Here now are the matchups for round one. Awesome Kong against Whisky Business, and it's USA 1 and playing for keeps. Elsewhere in first-round competition, the Carolina Crusher will take on Clydesdale 2 and King Krunch going up against Nightlife 2. Jersey Outlaw, Wild Hair, then it's the Equalizer, the defending national champion, against the Buffalo Tremor. Now here is your fast qualifier, Andy Brass in Bigfoot number 8. This is the brand new two-frame race truck. The fans love Bigfoot. Now, as the fast qualifier, he has a bye, but he'll have to make the bye run. A 557 cubic inch Ford engine and the blue race truck over the cars. And that's the bye run for your fast qualifier, Andy Brass. Andy, after laying out last season, back with a brand new truck designed and built by Bob Chandler and his crew out of St. Louis, Missouri. Look at the air under that Ford. All right, now the first side-by-side competition will find Ken Deppe out of St. Louis in Whisky Business, part of the Breen Brothers racing team, going against the truck from Texas, Steve Cain, in Awesome Kong. Awesome Kong only 44 inches wide. That is as wide as the tires, the very narrow chassis. And look at the air up on the rear wheels, and look at the air under Awesome Kong. What a ride for Steve Cain.
Okay, Gary, as I see it down here, Awesome Kong just got a tremendous jump at the starting line. As soon as he hit them cars, he just put the hammer down. That gave him all that air.
Well, now we take a look at Jesse Berge, and this is playing for keeps against the Silverado Chevrolet USA 1. USA 1 was the truck that won it all here 2 years ago. This is Steve Wilkie, though, driving this time. Watch for the green light as they stayed just below that starting mound of dirt. There's a look at Steve Wilkie.
Now, Gary, if I might point out here, Steve Wilkie's been doing an excellent job of driving since he's taken over from Rod Litz. Now, just watch his truck.
Well, a good smooth start. He got the front end up in the air, but had the horsepower to power on over those junkers.
He did. He took a nice, easy run over the mound of dirt, and then as soon as he got to the base of them cars, watch, he throttles a little bit, and just front tires just barely clipped that front car. It gave him a nice, easy win.
Steve, a good run out of a not-so-trick lane. Looks like you're getting some strange bounces out there.
Oh, yeah, Army, the first mound is really steep. You see a lot of dirt. If you don't stay in it, this time I didn't shift at all. I used one gear, and it seems to work a little better. I get a little more RPM, and that way when I attack the ramp, I have more tire speed, and I get more air.
Well, here's a good look at Clydesdale with Bennett Clark, the former rodeo rider. A Chevy against a Chevy. He will go up against the Carolina Crusher, a Chevrolet monster truck that was built in only 2 months. Gary Porter strapped up in the cockpit as they stage here in the Midsouth Coliseum. Not a lot of room to stage and not a lot of room to shut them down after they make the run. Very cautious start on both drivers' parts, but the Carolina Crusher takes the victory.
Well, Gary, as we watch here, watch Clydesdale as he gets a little nose down after hitting them cars. He took a bad hop, and he was losing a lot of precious time there and gave Carolina Crusher a good win.
Well, here is the nightlife. Dave Wyzorek, he built this truck from the ground up, even the paint job. The name comes from the fact that he built it at night. And Scott Stevens in King Krunch. This is the Monster Truck Team of the Year for 1989. Here they are side by side in Memphis. They are staging right now. Watch for the green. Well, that time King Krunch got the hole shot.
Gary definitely got a good hole shot on here. Watch, his nightlife was sleeping at the line. And I tell you, that takes a lot out of you. If you don't get off over that hill quick, you're going to lose this race.
Well, indoor racing, there is no room for mistakes. You don't have time to make up for it. Mike Wine knows that in the Jersey Outlaw, as he will be in the near lane. Marvin Smith in Wild Hair out of Arnold, Missouri, expecting to debut a brand new Wild Hair later this season.
Well, Gary, if I'm going to say something about this race here, Mike Wine's a great driver. I think he's got a little bit more guts than Marvin, but watch what happens.
A lot of air into the front of the Outlaw. Oh, that was a close one. It looked like Wild Hair by only maybe 6 inches.
It was close down here, Gary. I'm not sure. Let's watch on the replay. I believe Wild Hair took it here because he didn't have as much air as the Outlaw did coming across the cars.
I tell you what, Army, that's one rough course coming across there. You come off that hill and you go nose down. You got to let off and get right back in it and hope you don't die because you're shoving the front end right in the ground.
Well, here is your defending national champion. David Morris won it as a rookie last year. Also took the honor of Driver of the Year in Equalizer. And John Kwasniewski, we call him Johnny K, in the Buffalo Tremor, by far the most horsepower developed here. Over 1,500 horsepower in this particular monster truck. And they are staged here in Memphis, the Tremor and the Equalizer. And once again, the hole shot. David Morris takes the victory in the Equalizer, a truck that has the engine actually under the driving compartment, a mid-engine monster truck. And look at the victory for David Morris.
Son, you're going to be in that right lane all night long because Bigfoot is wearing that left lane out. He's down to 3.7s. Can you believe that?
That's a fast time. It's real fast on this course.
Well, as preparations continue out in the paddock area, we'll take a break and come back with more of Trucks and Tractor Power from Memphis. Stay tuned.